What's up, everybody? This is Dave here with Comics Games Life, and there's been a lot of talk about the new Crow movie that's coming out later this year, and I'd just like to share my opinion about the subject. Now, if you didn't know it already, The Crow was actually an indie comic that came out in 1989 by James O'Barr. Its popularity skyrocketed with the cinematic adaptation that came out in 1994, starring Brandon Lee. Since then, it's had 3 follow-ups to the movie, City of Angels, Salvation, and Wicked Prayer, as well as its own TV series that came out in the late 90s. While its sequels and TV show has not met the acclaim that the original 94 version has, now the original Crow movie that came out in 94 with Brandon Lee, now that is a cult classic. Now I was in middle school when the original Crow movie came out, and I was a huge fan of Brandon Lee. He was one of my favorite martial arts action heroes at the time, and knowing that he died during the making of this movie, this movie has a special place in my heart. Matter of fact, if you haven't seen Rapid Fire, which is probably in my top 10 favorite martial arts movies of all time, go check that movie out. You will not be disappointed. At least with the martial arts scenes, you won't be disappointed. And knowing that he died during the making of this movie, it was really bittersweet because I was really excited for it, but at the same time devastated that one of my heroes had passed away. It really kind of bummed me out, but I love the movie. I think that it's a work of art. There's a reason why it's a cult classic. There's a reason why so many people are really looking at this remake, even myself. And we haven't seen any trailers. We just have some screenshots, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. Like, I've been blessed with the curse of unlimited optimism. Like, I will see the good in almost anything. And seeing this movie, I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm going to flip it upside down, turn it inside out. And I promise you, I'm going to find something about it that I will like. Overall, like, I don't feel like it's going to meet up to the 94 Crow movie. Like, I think everyone is looking at it the same way. So with this reboot, I'm just hoping that they treat the source material, the comic, the original movie, with respect. I hope that they're not going to push it and expect the same type of love and admiration that the Brandon Lee movie has. I hope that it's good. I mean, nobody hopes for a bad movie, but I mean, we can only really wait and see. I'm a little disappointed in the look that they're giving him. He totally reminds me of Jared Leto's Joker version. Like, I wasn't really too mad at that. I mean, it wasn't the best, but I mean, they're gonna continue to make Batman movies, and we're gonna continue to have different versions of the Joker. This is just one that wasn't really one of my favorites. It wasn't the Heath Ledger, it wasn't the Jack Nicholson version. Like, we're gonna see more Joker versions in the future, so I'm not really worried there that you have a couple that aren't really, your favorites. But The Crow is not one of those movies that they're going to remake over and over and over again. I mean, they've talked about remaking it. Rob Zombie was supposed to make a version of it, I think back in the 90s or early 2000s or something like that, but we don't get too many of these. And so that if they do a bad job and they fill it with things that take away from what people loved about the original, I don't think anyone's gonna risk trying to do another Crow movie. So this may be the last Crow movie that we ever see. I'm hoping for the best. I know there's a lot of negativity out there on the internet in regards to it. I'm actually adding to it a little bit, but I'm still gonna give it a chance. I'm still gonna take a look at it. One thing about when they do these reboots, because it seems like as they reboot movies, especially movies that people really loved back in the past, there's something missing, because when these movies were made, the world was very different. Here in the United States, the social climate was very different. You can do things that you can't do now. Trying to make a movie like that now without taking away the things that people tend to look down on nowadays and replace it with the things that they think that people want to see and fill it with those things. Like, it's just, I don't think it's going to work. I just hope that they kill the story. I hope they don't fill it with a bunch of nonsense. I hope that they bring the spirit of the original movie into this one, where we see evil tries to destroy love. Love comes back, takes revenge on evil, and everything is wrapped up in the end. So I'm hoping that's what we see. I think I've said I've hoped so many times in this video, but I gotta admit, I'm not excited, but I'm curious. Hopeful, definitely hopeful, but I don't think people are wrong feeling that the way that they feel about what's being put out, about what the original actors are talking about, what they think of this movie, the director of the original Crow movie, what they're saying. So this is the time of reboots, and I don't think they've cracked the formula yet. There aren't really many out there that I'm happy to say that are better than the original. Matter of fact, I can't even think of one that's better. Only thing we could do is wait and see. That's pretty much my opinion, is just like hoping for the best, but we'll see how it is. Not super excited, but as more things come out, I'm gonna throw out my opinions again on more information that we get as far as storyline when we see the trailer that finally comes out. As far as the actors and stuff, like I'm not really throwing shade or negativity out on them. I mean, they're just doing what they do. They're doing their job, and I hope they do it to the best that they can. There's so much that goes into a movie that we tend to focus on, put all of our vitriol on the actor when they're just playing a part. There's so many aspects when it comes to making a movie. We hear all this stuff about things that are going on in society, and they try to force agendas and things like that into movies and beloved franchises and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot more people behind that. It's not the actors that are like forcing that in there. So at least I don't think so. But as more news comes out for this movie, I'm definitely gonna throw my 2 cents in. So look out for those videos. Again, I appreciate everyone out there who is watching these videos, who is liking and commenting. I truly, truly appreciate everything, all the feedback that you give me, and I just want to say I thank you all. I love you all. Hope everyone has an awesome, awesome day, and I'll see you next time.